What's up, guys? How y'all doing? Matt Fragger back again. Got another fragrance review video for you. First, I want to give a shout out to everybody out there celebrating this Easter Sunday. Happy holidays to you, and those of you out there who are celebrating the other holiday that's occurring today, which is 420. Shout out to y'all. Hope y'all have a great one. I decided to make my scent of the day today Zaharoff Precious Treasure from the House of Zaharoff. And this is one that I did an unboxing and first impression on here a while back. And I've spent some time with the fragrance, and boy, have I spent some time with it. I love wearing this fragrance. So this is Zaharoff's Privé fragrance in their line. It's their first Privé release. It is a little bit more on the expensive side relative to other Zaharoff fragrances, but the lengths that George goes to for the raw materials for these fragrances, especially this one, I think that if somebody else was to put out a similar fragrance where they went to this kind of expense and this kind of, put this kind of passion and, ingenuity into a fragrance that George has, I think the price tag will be a lot higher from some other houses. But, again, it is a rather expensive fragrance, but the vibe that's in here and what you get with this is totally worth every single penny of what you're going to spend on this. Now, the box, the presentation here is, of course, outrageous and wonderful, like what you would expect from the House of Zaharoff. But this one in particular, it's got this kind of revolving door that opens up and got your fragrance inside. It says Precious Treasure down here across the bottom. And the bottle is very elegant, black, piano black with like this kind of like real heft and weight to it. Like it feels expensive in your hand. It feels like something that's quality. Atomizer is very good. As most of the, Zaharoff, all the Zaharoff atomizers are. Not pressurized or anything fancy, but a great atomizer. And this thing, this is a whole vibe here, you guys, when you wear this thing. It is airy and light and fluffy on the open and sparkling. It uplifts your mood. It makes you feel like when you spray this on, you feel like you could take on the world. It's just got this really like kind of commanding presence to it. It's ambery. It's slightly sweet, but not, I wouldn't call it a real sweet fragrance. It's got this kind of, there's a note in this that is Bushman's Candle. And I've heard Ross from TLTG describe this fragrance as, when I had watched his review of it before I received the fragrance, before I got the fragrance, describes it as a waxy smell. And I completely understand what he's getting at. And he even mentioned on the video that, you're not going to notice it until I mention it. And then when I mention it and you think about it, you're going to kind of get it. And I do get it. It does have like this kind of waxy smell. And as he pointed out, not a waxy smell like waxy makeup bag, kind of like an iris like you'd get in something like Dior Intense. Not that kind of waxy, like actual wax. And it's more of a texture to the aroma that you get, a waxy kind of texture. But the experience wearing this thing is incredible. I have been married for over 25 years, but if I was to get married again, or if I had this fragrance when I got married, this would have easily been my wedding fragrance for sure. This thing begs for a special occasion. If you've got a big special occasion that you're, looking forward to, this is one that you purchase specifically for a special occasion. And then after you wear it for that occasion, you can't stop yourself from wearing it all the time. I could see that being an easy scenario with this one. But yeah, for special occasions, definitely. But you can just as quickly put this thing on in a casual setting and wear this any day, anytime. Super versatile, clean, very very gentlemanly, as a lot of the Zaharoff fragrances are. They all kind of kind of exude this gentleman quality to them, like a really like gentlemanly quality. And this one is no different. Performance on this thing is just, I mean, great. Projection is awesome. Longevity is awesome, like 10 plus hours. You're gonna think that this fragrance is after so many hours, after so much time goes by, you're gonna think that it's kind of starting to go away and that you're not picking it up anymore. And then bam, it's just gonna hit you, and you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, that stuff is so good. I mean, it kind of sneaks up on you sometimes. But yeah, like I've worn this several times now, and every time I wear it, the experience of wearing it is a journey that I am just so glad that I'm able to be on. And I feel so fortunate to be one of the people that has a bottle of this in their collection. And I would suggest to anybody who's serious about fragrances, and especially someone who's maybe owns some fragrances from Zaharoff or has tried Zaharoff fragrances, and you want to pick one up that is, going to be very special. You're looking for something special. This is the fragrance you're looking for. This is a special fragrance right here. There's all kinds of fragrances out there, and there's a lot of stuff you can pick up for a lot of occasions and a lot of different, scenarios and moods. But this is one that is very special, and I highly recommend that anybody, no matter what your whether you're somebody who's more into freshies, or you like leather scents, or you love Stronger With You, or you love Creative Ventus, like, it doesn't matter. If you like good fragrances that are well put together, that are high quality, that perform well, smell absolutely amazing, and are very versatile, this is a fragrance you need to pick up and try. Zaharoff Precious Treasure by Zaharoff. Awesome. 10 out of 10. Can't say enough about it. I'm the Mad Fragger. Thanks for joining me for another review video. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe. On TikTok, give me a follow. I appreciate it. Again, I'm the Mad Fragger. I'll talk to you next time.